What the heck? Hey Lonnie, how's it going? Hold on, it's not popping out for some reason. Why is this not capturing? Why is it being weird? Yo, Dongrong, it's been a while. Hey, how's it been? I'm back on the Limbus Company grind. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. I've just been so busy. But why is this not capturing? Oh. What the? Well, something's capturing it. Where's the thing? Oh. Yeah, this works. Alright, so I'm gonna be live on YouTube and Bilibili. We are so back. Hold on, let me make sure that it is working. Okay. So, actually, I've been kind of like doing this from time to time, but I feel like I haven't been doing it all the way to completion. So, I will be doing the story today, but before that, how about let's do a couple of polls. Do I want... Are these egos any good? Fingrin, hi! Well, I do have one of these. Let's wait till people get in here before we do the polls. Seasonal... Whoa. It's been so long. God, I miss this. Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flapped through the newspapers in her hands while peppering in few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I know exactly what this means. Oh ho 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 ho. That she will continue to draw my attention until I acknowledge her at some most appropriate moment. Okay, Don, fine, what is it? Hooah, Manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies, such as one Limbus Company, must always pay close heed to the ever-changing world around us? Hie thee hither. Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire, and do keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Mersault and I, Don Quixote do, every morrow. Bud, just get along with it. Why don't ya? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Mersault in one of the other morning routines. You know, the one other with the newspapers? The newspaper routine, where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other at exactly 90-degree figure 4 o'clock leg lock position, and peruses the morning newspaper. On that. I guess it left an impression on her. Betcha she'll be back to her usual self in a week or so. Art thou paying attention? Yeah, totally. So what's new? What, did an article mention us or something? How did you know? Forsooth, Feast Islands on page 3. It's quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Don Quixote and Rhodia, the two sinners guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, were speaking. It was only a matter of time before the sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearance at T-Corp. Shocking, the perpetrators of this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say? With the small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happen to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of the T-Corp Class 3 collection staff on the scene. Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us? Bystanders? They're treating us like we were barely there. They didn't even mention our company name. Oh, come on. Those time collectors weren't even there. This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, perhaps. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention. Don Quixote, better not set yourself up for disappointment, and... We were standing there for a good moment in a big group, chattering about the article, when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us. Excuse me, are you the Limbus Company employees by chance? You fellas are... I'm sure out of rare for the reasons for our visit. Welcome thee here. Long and hard have I waited thy arrival. Now, from whence shall I begin? Is she actually here to interview us? I was not told that any interview would be taking place. My, where'd Virg go at a time like this? Now, where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heathcliff's makeover? Alright then. Verily, I shan't take all the credit for all we have accomplished there. Will you be making the tax payment in installments? We're clearly not on the same page here. We are the tax collectors from T-Corp's time collection agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings indeed. Plagueis, welcome back! Good to see you again. 早,晚上好. Good evening. Or good morning. What time tax? No, this doesn't make any sense. We already paid our time tax in full when we went through the T-Corp Nest immigration process, Virgilia said. A few days ago. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry? You probably know this already, but in T-Corp, everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules. But for every rule, there's always room for an alternative that offers more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet. Outsiders seek a short-term stay at T-Corp and can pay the appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by T-Corp's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering T-Corp's borders. Impressive. It can't be cheap. Ah, this is called Limbus Company. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm currently live on YT and Bilibili, by the way. Is this chapter 6.5? Ah, 是的。这个是我第一次玩的。It can't have been cheap. And yet, I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Otis does. Haven't I already made it clear that it's not a fashion item? As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay? It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to round-in error. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Honglu with his chin. If it'll help pay for the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe? I didn't pack much when I left, though. Let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe you? Currently you are... What is that number? 10 billion? 10 billion? I heard a 10, a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. For that much money? Oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first. What other options do we have if we don't? I mean, if we can't pay the time tax. Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only options are following: making your payment with time or money with interest, of course. What the hell does making payment with time even mean? I can't count that high? Me neither. It's a story type game. Hello 27363. Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out exactly what that meant though. You saying, Heathcliff, know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my time payments during my residency at this nest. Thus I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor either, and in the backstreet days, boss dealt with complicated stuff like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up though. Well then. With their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander towards Faust, who I hoped would know something more about than the two of them. And that's when Otis suddenly and defiantly stood between us and the collectors. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Yo, Kana, hi! Licking Box, hey, thank you so much for the gifts. The tickets. Today is not Marvel? No, it's Limbus Company. Tax calculations in T-Corp are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. Would it be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments? Wait, we don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout? Your choice of words might be quite unwise. Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things. When you've got 10 billion on in your pocket, I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. How exciting. A 10 billion on death. 10 billion and 40 million to be exact. Oh, we fighting? Yo, Kana, thank you so much for the gift. Wow. Thank you. Okay, now that we gotten started for a little bit, let me use these extractions because I've been kind of holding on to these for a while. Kind of want to see what I get. Oh! I got 2. Ooh. I got Ryoshu, Edgar Family Butler. Ooh. Multi-crack office. Oh my god! I heard this is like one of the best Faust IDs. Wow. Okay. On is a equivalent to a Korean won. Okay, that's like a lot less. That's like still a lot of money, but it's not 10 billion like dollars. A Korean won is like 1,000 is like $1, right? I also have one of these tickets. Oh, I didn't get anything here. Wait! Huh? What the heck is this? I have never seen this ID before. Wait a second. What is this ID? 7 association? It's rupture. That's kind of lame. Okay, so that one was rupture. What is multi-crack? Oh, it's charge. Charge in what? It's just charge. Okay. I don't think that's very good. Though I might be wrong here. And then I got a Ryoshu ID. This is probably... Oh, it's poise. BM. What the heck is BM? If the target is BM... I don't think I need any of those IDs. Oh my gosh, Yokana! Oh, 2025? Thank you for the gifts, Yokana! What is that? A dancing dragon? And the... Is that like a flame eye? A lantern? Yokana, thank you so much for this... For the gifts! Holy! Wow. Thank you, much appreciated. You didn't see the animation? I saw the 2025 animation. Oh! I see this one. It's like a candy bowl. They're doing it right now. Wow. BM is Butler's Mark. Got it. Alright, let's keep going with the story. Thank you so much, Okana! Huge donations. Oh, there's a fight here. Maybe I should level up some of these other IDs. I didn't get any of the... Well, I mean, like, I haven't gotten to Kanto 7 yet, but I hear it's so good. Oh, Yokana, thank you for the gifts again! Thank you. Huge. I was thinking about doing Marvel. Actually, some people were asking me. But I told them no. I said, people, we gotta get some Limbus Company going. Wait, what? Oh. It's been a while since I had to do this. Sweet dumplings, that's what they were. Kanto 7 made me cry the hardest I've ever for a game. Really? I don't know. I thought Kanto 4 was really good. I cried during Kanto 4. And then, Oh, they all have that. Wait. That's annoying. I don't think I understand much. Oh, thank you for the gift, Yokana. The first step of the new year is to learn to say no. We don't need Marvel rivals anymore. Why is one of my guys staggered?
좋아, 영영 깨어나시지 못하게 잘
Who's on borrow
재웠겠지?
time?
편안해 보이는 얼굴이네.
We'll put her on borrow time. Where is... Oh. There we go. I assume next season begins in 2 and 3 months. Oh, I gotta catch up then.
지금이다. 해골바가지 거미 대가리.
That's for Kanto 8, right?
결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 솔직히 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
훌륭한 버틀러의 자세야. 한 번에 여러 가지의 임무를 동시에
I'm gonna go eat. Alright, thank you for the donos, Yokana. Have good delicious food. Hong Lu's Kanto? I've been waiting so much for his Kanto because it seems like he has the least amount of info on him. At T-Corp, staff in different uniform approach the sinners when in the defensive. Is this one their ringleader? He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of T-Corp all the same. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp. Lay down your weapons now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by T-Corp, and we will use force to... I like that, how thrilling. This is bad. This seems like a great time for Virgilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to appear. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide, bud, only a few days ago? Feels like it's been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, okay? They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort us for 10 billion on. 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. You really like saying that, don't you? Jeez. There's no way we owe him that much money. We're kind of law-abiding citizens who are bringing with a sense of justice. Here, here. Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it's a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this, in the middle of the streets no less. Virgilius deep sighed, turning to the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion on in tax is unacceptable. I'm sure you know full well what 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the streets. I believe it would be more appropriate if you provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. Actually, yes. You gotta ask for... What is the thing you ask for in hospitals? A, itemized list? Did I miss the last Walpurgis night, by the way? I think I did. I admit that such an absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss possible solutions?
착각하지 마라. 해파.
We talking now?
겉에. 내 놈들 덕분에 내가 강해지.
The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in the progressive time-use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. A temporal leakage phenomenon. It refers to a deceleration in flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while, too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the process. What is she blathering about? A deal acceleration in the flow of time within a certain... she was referring to the moment when Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of the man at the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. Considering the on-sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it is most probable that no error occurred in their calculations. Do you recall, Dante? As we left behind the manor. Marcel, is there aught wrong with your daily routine? We had just returned to Mephistolis after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattering through the silence. I have identified an anomaly. We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor. Perchance it was an innocent mistake? As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. The possibility that it has been a mistake could not be completely ruled out, however the likelihood of that is minuscule. Full stop Honolulu. You did miss the Walpurgis night. It was full stop office, half from Honolulu, and Magic Bullet Ego for Otis. Okay, well, to be fair, I don't really care for Magic Bullet. I think Magic Bullet is like one of my least favorite egos, especially with the way it works, how you have to like shoot your own guys. I think full stop office is like, it's okay. I really want the La Mancha guys. I saw their IDs like on Twitter, so I have to get to it first. Now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. This cannot be. This must be the early hours of the morrow, is it not? I may have an idea how this consistency can be. Right, the TT4 protocol. What's that? Temporal velocity synchronization device or something like that. I've seen an advert for it once. A luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely hours together. Or some stuff like that. Oh, 'tis quite unlike thee, Sir Heathcliff, to use many complicated words in a sentence. Pray, shall someone explain it in plainer language? It appears for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. I thought it was quite odd someone so influent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us. Then with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. That is coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper instead of the morning newspaper was issued. Good. Now that your curiosity is sated, I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job. The LCA has sent us a new request to track down distortion. As for more detailed information, so activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused. Yes, indeed. It was akin temporary with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would appear as though more time than what is actually spent was leaked. Magic Bullet Otis Ego has a gimmick where it does slightly different things depending on the amount of magic bullet she has. At 7 she dies. I hate IDs that do that. That's like your ID like dies or like you kill one of your own IDs and I'm like, ugh. Hello, Wet Butt Kitten. Interesting name. This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, he didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale. Like I said earlier, you affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manor. Honestly, this situation is completely unprecedented. Right, they used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was bloody pricey. So the time tax for your inflated tax bracket, multiplied by the surtax per volume from the physical space covered by that temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it adds up to an insane number. Ain't like we knew something like this would happen. Well, anyway, you have 2 payment options to settle this time tax debt. Ain't it bag like 10 million zons grow for a tree? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time. It means, oh, the employee who was about to answer a question painfully observable annoyance, suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold an emergency meeting regarding the incident. Limbus Company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. No need to TikTok and fuss, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I'll be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to this incident, so please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust. Here with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and only Ryosha will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. I love that. It's easy to manage the magic bullet and not die. I mean, like, it's easy to manage them. I just sometimes forget if you can't brain off it. Like, that charge mechanic on the uncontrollable targets one for the reindeer for Ishmael. She just kind of targets her own characters if you don't have a charge or something. I'm like, okay, well, if you hit autoplay and just like starts killing your own dudes, I'm like, what's going on? Well, off they go, I guess. Didn't they even give us the chance to ask them more questions? They're just leaving us here like this? But isn't this whole mess basically about what will happen to us? So this isn't anything serious, but what Mersol's going to do with the gallows? What the heck? Mersol, what are you doing up there? I was told to stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? I did. Just trying to be helpful with you and your friends, like little time tax problem. I thought employees were supposed to be at an emergency meeting. A clock with legs, how fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at an upcoming expo, you might even be worthy of a participation trophy. You remind me of the time when hapless souls submitted a timepiece and doubled as a compass that had rather tragic critical downfall. You could tell me the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time. It was only one thing or the other, leaving you lost in the time strain in the streets. That was not good. Not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, isn't it? Oh right, TT52 protocol is operating in experimental capacity within the office's space. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorientating, so keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's a look at someone who has never once heard of the TT52 protocol. As its name suggests, it's an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs in only a few select T-Corp offices, so if you ever do feel the urge to leave your impressions on this new shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words on that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man who would presume to be T-Corp staff seemed to be very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. Damn it, hey, thank you so much for the gift, or the popularity ticket. It's my bedtime, hey turkey sub! I know it's really late for a lot of people. We'll just go for a couple hours. I heard the intervalos can be long, so we might do some of it off stream, depending on how long it actually is. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking anyways. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. I'm ready. Wait, I don't know if this is a really good idea for something like that. The rope extending from the intimidating machine, tightened around Mersault's throat. Is that what it means to pair tax with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? Please call it by its precise given name, temporal scale gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe, and sucks the time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hullabaloo about its excessively long name, which is approximately 58 words or letters. Can someone ask him what will happen to Mersault? Is that thing going to kill Mersault? Kill him! Nonsense! She's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous. However spoken in such a manner often portends that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not so sure as to what might happen, actually. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth out of time out of your friend? Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is it going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about T-Corp's particularly generous system, called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, hmm? Even when the worst comes to worst, every citizen is entitled the right to enjoy a minimum of 4 hours days. According to the T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. My sucking 10 billion, 40 million ounces worth of time for your phone is too much. I suppose. Look, it says measurement error. That rarely ever happens. Wait, you pulled a lever you didn't even know what was going to happen just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 million on tax debt is historically unprecedented amount of debt, so I had to see what would happen. You could land first place in the lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on, and that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong in museum history if I'm being honest. Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax debt willingly step up to the gallows before. Anyone behind that usually chooses to run and digs themselves into an even deeper debt hole. The point is, I scarcely expected someone in 10 billion on tax time hole to walk up there just like that. What is wrong with this guy? Awaken, Mersault, prithee surrender not to such machinery. Oh, are you unharmed? I'm alright. Why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Mersault? Virgilius and Faust, who returned to this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. Well then. I'm really curious about this story. It's so interesting. Okay, I can clearly see that you were both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again, but we had our reasons. We have reached an agreement. And you explained things to them, right? Please tell me the agreement doesn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid hollows. A tip of a billion on is certainly an absurd amount of money, but that doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible for it. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unilateral activation. Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasure could be put in place either. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to sell the debt, I request that you evaluate our worth based on individual merit. I have prepared performance evaluation sheets for each sinner, precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for the group. Besides, 10 billion on isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of an individual. But we will eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is... we have been contracted to deal with the distortion. I guess we're really starting to put our names out there if we specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion. They have sought us out other fixers and companies to deal with the issue first. We were their sixth choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. Well, the stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a similar series similar unresolved cases within T-Corp's borders. Some call it the case of time killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. It's exactly what it says on the tin. A distortion is running wild, killing our time. Time is an asset here at T-Corp. It's not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing it. But in case of killing time, the killer does not leave traces. It is simply gone, completely removed and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before. Thus, the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. That is why we formally request that you solve the case for us. In return, we will exempt you from your time tax debt. Hi Kazu, how's it going? Okay, so how does the time thing work? They're saying like there was a temporal distortion that slowed down time in a specific area. And because Dante slowed down time by a little bit, it multiplied their time tax around the mansion to 10 billion on. Time is money? I get that, but like, how is that? How is it measured? Let's have the arrival once again. My time to shine. Maybe we'll explain it later. According to a book I've perused in recent days, any and all detective work working to resolve an urban or nightmares or beyond are issued this special investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that will be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid regarding the investigation. Detectives, fixers, we plan to issue those badges, yes. Woohoo! I much long to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges just in case it's dealt with? Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges. One for my private collection, one for display. Oh, shut up, donkey. Shut it, lass. What are we waiting for? Let's crack on. Whack this distortion and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems. I value your enthusiasm, but I also appreciate it if you could allow the others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on your tangent of your own. The problem is that they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case. Indeed, I can't have an entire group running wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Also, the special investigator badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them. I concur, to a degree. Otis, who had continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinners, was the first one to welcome this offer. We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these dead weights? We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus, while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of business. You seem rather confident that you'd be part of the elite team. It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. Alright. Enough with your nonsense. So how many of us are allowed to work on the case anyway? They have decided that 3, no 4 individuals including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake. That's not a lot. Accept it. We barely managed to get authorization for 4 after much debate. Then you have wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive managers and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right, so it all comes down to choice. So many eyes are upon me. Not that I've ever felt look at me the same time before, but the pressure is a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these. Looks like the manager is deep in thought, but pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers first, so let's use my hands quickly now. Maybe it's finally my time. Oh, you didn't even ask me. Let's get on with that. I'm not raising my hand. I'm just cleaning my glasses. I've not been with so few sinners before, except for that one time when we accidentally walked out the outskirts to the back door. So I have to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. It would be too much trouble for me to listen and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set. So allow me to make the choices for you this time, Dante. From what we know from the beginning of Canto 6 and 5.5b, time is related to light, so measured similar to light, maybe? What the heck? Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one to choose your companions. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Wait, didn't Rhodia say something about people born in December, August, don't much together? So, I still have to choose someone, though. Okay, I choose Faust, Mersol, and Yisang. Rodian, Ryoshu, and Hoglu. Have you been listening, Nate? I've certain to discuss things with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she was not an option. Yisang was immediately ruled out before the meeting, adjourned due to the history of developing unauthorized invention at T-Corp. Mersol did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I'm truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't forget this. But wait, that's... That didn't even include Otis! No! My right hand man, Otis. How could you do her dirty like that? Okay. I really soured the mood, didn't I? 3 of them who I didn't even imagine my wildest dreams would be hanging out together all took a turn in my direction. sound like FAH? What is that? The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. I'm pretty sure this was the only reason I didn't pick her. Yeah. What's this look? A magnifying glass? And are these clothes? Just my treasure, my collection. Prithee be gentle with them. Why are you carrying these suits of clothing? One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, verily. Is that not obvious? Records of investigation, solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha. Someone... Who is Agatha? Once she was a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been with the face of the Seven Association. Truly no one? Most people don't know Lord Don Quixote. Cumbersome clothes. How will all call themselves an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Here, here, 'tis only the leading ace detective adorn her countenance with this special mustache. Look, Lady Agatha says that in the foreword of this book, that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in impeccable fashion. Don Quixote, just let her go. So I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons. But how come you didn't pick her for this, Ishmael? Didn't get picked? I never volunteered. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free pay time off without breaking company rules. I wasn't about to let that chance slip. I guess I did have some last minute regrets when I saw who Virgilius picked, but I'll just relax a bit and jump in to help him out when I'm needed. Well, good luck while call us the Elite Four. How's that? The self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp. Why don't we find the place to take the edge off and unwind? How unfortunate. T-Corp did not authorize the rest of the sinners to run about unmarked. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion ons worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral. Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Virgilius is pointing at what they clearly call what was clearly a jail cell. Are you certain that's the lodging guide? I think they're going to... I'm going to jail? Yep, as living collateral, apparently. It'll be fun. Bet you you'll look fondly back on this memory when it's all said and done, Kay. We'll be right back, so it's nice. Be nice to stay put. Nice, it's just at least some heating. Wait. What happens if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing them again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess. What the? Agatha Christie, the IRL writer? Oh, they're talking about Agatha Christie. They named her after a fixer. Calm down, alright? We'll be back even before you even. Thou shalt triumphantly return. We set off on the journey after receiving the aforementioned special investigator badges. Oh, Otis is so sad. Alright, looks like everyone's ready then. Let's move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see. The case records say that... Aha. There it is. It's just a stone's throw away. What do you mean? Look at the record. It clearly states that neither of the first two victims is in communicated state. How unfortunate. No, I mean, why are you coming along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking psychic applications right now. Go away. Shoot. Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. We were going to send an employee with you so that we can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress. Pull that stick out of your butt. We plan to send a Class 2 staff with you, but you're... Me? Class 5. See the badge? The chatterbox of the employee read cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. I apologize for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expect to see a Class 5 auditor all the way down here. That guy's Class 5 staff? Is the highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Don't be so sure. It depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there are Class 12 or even Class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's move on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time. They're eliminating it completely. Just yanking it out of circulation. So, your name is... Mai. Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really? You never call anyone by their names, though. Relax and call you however you want. But you're obviously here to be our handler. That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think. Aha! I've got it. You're all dressed like detectives. Why don't you consider me your ever-helpful assistant who tags along to your adventures? Okay, but still... Ryoshi, who was staring off in the distance, will puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up as Rhodia was about to retort. Assistant, lead us. Right away, ma'am. What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? You know, my family used to employ... They sure warmed up to him fast. He did. Oh, hi, Kendo. 早上好. Are you American or Chinese? Oh, 我住在美国. Let's go to the next part. Plagueis is employee? A literary... Is my a literary? A lot of the times they are related to the books that they are, but I don't know if this intervalo is related to books, because sometimes they aren't. Like the chicken one, I don't think was related to anything. Because no behave. Hello, 早上好。我们今天在玩这个故事的游戏。Let's see. The third victim from this case is this watch factory. Hold up. The obviously gaudy and expensive suit, the meticulously trimmed and shaved mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my deductions. You're right on the money, detective. We're off to a great start. We're detectives working on the case killing time. Oh. What's going on? Ryoshu. He sure is a fast talker. He's way faster than Mersault did when he reviewed those figures. Huh? He's talking so fast, it's like someone pressed a fast forward button on him or something. I can't understand a thing coming from his mouth. He's someone who has a lot of time. What's that supposed to mean? An average T-Corp citizen has about 20 to 28 hours in a day, but you might also run into someone like him, people with plenty of time to spare. Because they have so much surplus time, they can afford to condense 40 to 50 hours into a single day. And to people with few hours in the day, it looks like it'll look as though he's moving 2 or 3 times faster than them. Someone with that much time could pick their nose in the blink of an eye before anyone even has the chance to catch them in the act. Wait. As expected, no matter when the guarantee is a love letter? Thank you for the gift, by the way. Oh, Whirling. 我有看到了。谢谢谢谢. Thank you for the gift. From what I see, the wiki, the assistant isn't referenced to anything. Okay, so T-Corp citizens have 40 to 50 hours in a single day. So because they have more hours of the day... Wait, why does that make them faster? They like perform their 50-hour day within the 24 hours, and that makes them fast? Okay. Ew. I gave Rhodia a quick look of concern. She had to do something before Ryoshu. SHNC. A quick look as a brief flicker of the flames burning on the clock. Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at a serious risk of becoming a victim of a completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration, very rapidly that is, before activating what appeared to be a voice recorder. It began to play his voice back at us. Pleased to make your acquaintance, my name's Bumble, a proud proprietor of this watch factory. Apologies for the awkward method of communication. You see, my days are 52 hours long. I used to live 100-hour days in my heyday, but the things have taken a turn for worse at the factory in the recent years. 52 hours? To me, it looks as though you're talking very, very slowly. I must say, it's quite frustrating, but I'm willing to suffer this annoyance as long as you can solve this case. You have 52 hours to spend the whole day? Wait, what? Why would you want your time sped up like that, though? 52 hours, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Like, no one can understand you, and you're just kind of like... being crazy. I can't tell what you're curious, it's very full life. I must say, having more time to spend in a day means I can get more things done in a day. Like sleeping 10 more hours in a night, or having more than 40 hours left to spend. Good sleep really is the key to keeping your skin moist and fresh. Indeed, I'll let you touch it if you want. What the heck? Bubble was constantly zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on the phone, and even brushing his teeth while he stood there listening to his recording. I don't care, get to the point. It was one late evening. Let's see, like always, I was busily walking down the streets. I had a very important meeting to attend to, you know. And all of a sudden, an attack. Noah. I just happen to recall that I left the bacon on the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered with District 23's purple salt. My second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point? Well, so I stopped briefly, looked up at the clock tower, and was wondering if I should head back home to salt that bacon. And that's when the Time Ripper struck. The clock tower? Each one of the 12 zones at T-Corp has a clock tower that displays an A-Corp's standard time scale. Because everyone has different hours to spend in a day, their watches sync with their respective time scales as well. So to tell the real objective time, no one would have to check the clock tower. Oh, that's pretty neat. Alright, you two, let's focus on the important stuff. Let's see. How about we start with the physical description? A fine tailored suit. A bit fancy for someone called the Time Ripper, don't you think? It must have cost about 58 million on, of course. Since it was tailor-made, its comfort was beyond imagination. Wait, what? And oh, how could I forget? The impressive yet keenly shaped mustache. I wasn't talking about your own physical description. One more until I think. That's funny. How many hours in a day? Ushurika. You mean the murder's appearance? Well, let me think. I don't recall anything. It just happened so fast. How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Can you not ask something like that with a big grin? No, it was just, 100 hours was gone in the blink of an eye. I missed a very important appointment thanks to that, I'll have you know. I suffered so much damages. 100 hours? So you lost a whole week in the blink of an eye? 100 hours for me is just like 2 days or so. Still, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days. Ripping away time, huh? An invention that enables something like that would certainly win the Inventor of the Year award and the loads of prize money that comes with it. T-Corp really values and supports its inventors, you know? Some people would say once upon a time T-Corp's executive director himself showed up to bestow awards. I guess once an inventor is always an inventor. I say that he probably wanted others to carry on his inquisitive spirit. I've seen the ceremony once, and he was giving away autographs. Then maybe we're looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech. Assistant? But every invention at T-Corp needs to be registered at the Technological Administration Agency. Although it's not without a few exceptions, there was once a time a rogue group of inventors called the League of Non-Literatures made up some inventions that they neglected to register, and while that was a mess it was, every single corner of T-Corp was up in arms, everyone dashing about in a panic, making arrests, holding important meetings while It was that big of a deal? I can't imagine how hard it must have been for Yi Sang. Alright, so, is there anything like that registered in T-Corp's tech agency? Good night, Turkey Sub! Have a great sleep! Nope, first time hearing about anything like it. You could have started there, you know. What if this power is granted by the distortion? Meanwhile, Ryoshi was completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off into the distance. She looked out the factory window, let out another puff of smoke before muttering quietly to herself. No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead, and we don't know where the killer is. Who could it be, I wonder? Someone who took a liking to my very expensive suit, I say. Disagree. Your suit's crap. Besides, if I really wanted to kill you, I'd have to be able to move as fast as you do. I won't be able to get a good aim at your battles otherwise. Ryoshi stored toward him before suddenly breaking out into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stumbled back in terror, but Ryoshi was fast enough to close the distance and press her scabbard into his neck despite the disparity in time. Just like this. Whoa, I thought I was just actually about to beat the crap out of him with that scabbard. That'd be case closed, huh? All we have to do is arrest Ryoshi. You scared me. Well, I suppose that villain didn't really stab me in the vitals or whatever, but he did appear all of a sudden just like you did. So the killer isn't just running around and ripping away time from random people left and right. Yes, this killer was going specifically for that. ASS. The void left behind by Sinclair's absence was much bigger than I thought. I meant that annoying stupid stash. Not having the kid here is frustrating. Man's head is a clock? 他也不知道怎么讲话. No way, can you think of a single person who would hate someone like me? I can think of a few, more than a few. I say that it must have been the work of some bandit who wanted to try on my tailored suit. What about your employees? Lady Agatha's book says that to find the culprit, we must first look at the victim's immediate circle. I have no idea if that book Don Quixote gave us actually is helping, but I suppose it's at least a very good page-turner. How long can he be able to tear his eyes away from it? Maybe I should check it out too, once we get back to the bust. Yeah, that works. Then the culprit has to be someone who hates the owner so much to try and take his time. That seems quite implausible, as you can see. The laborers at this factory, they're all working so slowly. They're moving through molasses. Oh, most factory laborers like them usually live rather short 10-hour days, most of which they spend at the factory job anyways. What'd you say? Listen up, everyone. Our output gain only saw a 13% growth compared to last month's growth. Have I not impressed upon you how important this is? We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate. Bumble hollers at them in frustration. The laborers very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner, even the simplest action taking an excruciating long time to complete. Boss, it's impossible to work any faster then. Ooh, how bothersome. Less complaining, more assembling. Use your times efficiently. Chop chop. You have no idea how frustrating it has been for me as of late. Did you even know what the next batch of cogs have stopped all of a sudden? We could not understand thanks to the recorder next to us. But everyone out of his earshot have no chance of understanding what he's talking about. Hey, Mr. Bumble, you're talking way too fast for them to understand, you know that? How do you expect them to understand a thing you're saying? So, it's not me who's too fast, it's them who are too slow. Only hustlers and busy bees like myself, who make the best of their time, can rise above the rest of the chaotic, bustling city. What? You know that's a load of bull. How are they supposed to hustle or bustle, or make the best of their lives when they're practically nailed to the floor? And with what time? Do wolves celebrate the Spring Festival? Of course! Hi, Google Mama! 新年快乐! Rhodia, hey, I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp after all. Hey, assistant, you're a Class 5 employee, right? Aren't you supposed to be a big shot? Do you seriously think anything's normal about all of this? Normal? Dear detectives, do you happen to be returning from around the trip across every single nest, all the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say that you have seen all there is to see? Not really, but give this idea a thought, why don't you? The notion of what is normal is just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and suffering. That is to say, that suffering is just a part of life in the city, regardless of which nest you're in. I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 50 hours right there. Such harsh words. I have my share of pain, I'll have you know, I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while, Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something but also have too much time in your day? It's so tedious. Bumblebee gently fixed his mustache and hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. God, jeez. We had a 火锅，上个礼拜有吃火锅。Oh, jeez. Do I have a Honglu ID?
와, 기대되네요. 와, 기대되네요.
I don't. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's the full stop one.
전가요?
어머, 부탁드려요.
Okay. Z-Corp mentioned. What is Z-Corp again? Maybe we can flip the script line of thought. What kind of people, Rhodia, do you think hate rich people? Who do you think would hate people like me? Well, except for my family. If I ever do get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet that it's one of my family members who did me in. Or Heathcliff. That was a pretty dark joke. The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. Yes, if the culprit was hiding among those slowpokes, Clock wouldn't have noticed it. Then that narrows the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory. Someone without much time. Someone who's got a bone to pick with the time rich. Or it could be someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs at T-Corp's nest. Also, while Dante could be right that this power granted by distortion, nothing rules out the possibility that it may be using an unregistered invention. There may be more than a single culprit then. More than a single culprit, huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description. Nah, no way, I doubt it. They don't ever take drastic actions like these anymore, even back at J-Corp. Wow, that's some coincidence, isn't it? I happen to know of a group of people just like them. A group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest. Perhaps you're looking for Eurodivii. That rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization? Rodeo stopped dead in her tracks. Eurodivii. Here? Do you know something about that organization? I did hear that they're spreading through the nests as of late. Though it hasn't been long since they've been popping up within T-Corp's borders. So direct T-Corp employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals. Methinks it's a real bother. Standing guard here, all the stop and search, so tedious. So what are the Eurodivii doing up here? All kinds of stuff that petty thieves get up to. Stealing things like time or money. Well, I did hear that they have some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people. And wait, stop right there. What are you looking around all shifty for? It's a stop and search. Well, hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady who with the cigarette and the creepy glare. He's got a red hat. He's the guy with the red hat. Where can we find them? The Eurodivii. Z-Corp isn't on the map? Oh. Oh, that's right. Well, it probably ain't too difficult. Let's see there. Honglu. Sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds as he was peeking around an alleyway. Speaking of the devil, maybe I should have activated their badges earlier. Activate our badges. Starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante. Let's bring him back. The explosions came from that way. Damn, watch change with the T-Corp. Here to collect your filthy dues, eh? Okay, no time to explain, right? Then let's talk about that later. They're activists. Freedom fighters. I ate a hot pot yesterday and I ate too much without noticing. Oh, we should have done. Ooh. That's ammo and poise.
타깃 포착 1시 방향.
I think it's okay to start off with Skullbuster, since he needs to cycle up to 20 anyways before anything happens.
무지하니까 깨달았나?
에이, 저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
뭐가 치워라. 좋아, 알맞게 먼지 덩어리 풀어냈네.
내가 알아서
그러니까 광을 내릴 차례겠지. 무지하니까.
Man, this is a lot of reading to go through, but I'm pretty happy with it.
그 삶의 마침표를.
직접
This guy's dead. You know what? I should really finish Library of Runa. Honestly, that should be my other thing.
착각하지 마라. 해파 거태.
No, another card. Oh wait, shoot. Got to.
기다려라 거태. 곧 먹이를 먹여주지.
Good morning, Moyi. How are you? Hey, participation trophy. How on earth did you do that earlier? Tick tock, voila. It seemed to me that you unwound your time and unwounded your friends. I've never seen tech that could rewind time like that. These chicken nuggets were spicier than I thought. Trade secret. Ask and you shall receive pain. Fascinating. Aren't you terrified of time? As far as I'm aware, there's practically no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open, unenclosed area. Either that, or my study didn't reach as far as I thought it did. Wait, no, that's actually a very interesting, very serious problem then. I was very desperate, you know. It's very unlikely that I missed anything. You know what else is a serious problem? The fact that we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while you're getting away. Come on, Dante. Hold on, inane stuff? This is extremely serious, it's important. It's absolutely incomparable to the amount of arresting a few small fry revolutionaries. If it was true resurrection, the head would have been after your head already. So I doubt that's what this is. That must have something to do with time manipulation. I'm certain of it. Maybe it works as the same mechanism as the TT2 protocol under the hood. No, that only works with isolated enclosures. You can't rewind the time of a singular individual. Perhaps they are drawing time from elsewhere to inject it into time streams. That seems a tad more plausible. If you're actually rewinding their time, then the visual elements of that process would manifest in a vastly different manner. I suppose this means that you can't really rewind or skip time either, right? The process also seems to involve a great degree of pain. Oh well, it seems to be in bad taste to say that it's good news, but I suppose I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to get into nitty-gritty only if we had to venture into one of the more dangerous places like the back streets. But here we go. Check the other side of your badge. There should be a small clockwork knob attached to your badge in there. Mind rotating it for me? Not all fixers specializing in investigations are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies. That's why these special investigation badges are all equipped with the same special function that goes into suits that higher-ranking staff members of T-Corp wear. It's called Golden Time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it will automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration processes as soon as it detects that the wearer is at the risk of death. It's nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So I don't actually have to turn the clock myself. Of course, it takes some time for it to refill and charge once its charge is spent. If you ever run out of its uses then, I suppose it'll come back to you. Participation trophy. You'll have to take one for the team and bring them back all yourself. You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds, huh? I prefer that. Good. Who? Ready? Let's go after him. Are you sure it's okay for you to just saunter behind us like you're on a picnic? Why would I? I hate running. It's literally your job to arrest the irritant, isn't it? Is it though? But my job at this precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of time-killing time, not making your divey arrests. But you're a T-Corp employee. Okay, fine. Let's say that I decide to run instead of walk and help you capture those irritating rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems just because they're gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention, as long as their leader runs free, they'll be back before you know it. You woke up with diarrhea? What the heck? I hope you feel better soon, Moyi. Is it because of the whole Hey, Coco. How's it going? Excuses. Then KTA. If we do kill them all, it only opens up the room for a worse syndicate to take their place. If that happens, that collector friend from earlier might end up suffering from something much, much worse than having to stop and search random passerbys. Not to mention that they'll be getting muscle cramps from all the running. Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird. I thought you wouldn't want to arrest them. Right, I thought Rodeo would be a bit happier being reunited with them. Well, since the trail's gone cold, let's go back and stop and search lady and ask if she noticed anything suspicious since we left. Poor woman. I can't believe she's only at duty at such a late hour. Such is the life of a laborer. They got her. I can't even hear her breathing. That's the Time Ripper's MO. The Time Ripper got to her that fast. She's in a state of absolute illness, a death-like state achieved without a thimble of blood on their hands. What a misophobic art. Though she may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside, for her this must be a brief blink as a blink of an eye. What do you think the culprit's trying to do with all that time? Guys, this is a crime scene. Let's not touch the body. I mean the victim. Whoa, look, there must be some spatial-temporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. She's entirely incorporeal. Is this seriously the time to... Rhodey, up there ahead! I whipped around, noticing now familiar sensation of distortion. Caught a brief glimpse of a suspicious figure slipping into the fog. You, stop! I'm not your hunting dog, but sure, I'll entertain you this once. Oh, she's pretty fast. It's been a while since I've seen people like you. The kind who sprint forward with their eyes fixed on the horizon. Here, everyone only ever looks down, their necks bent and gaze looked on the ground, watching their own feet taking their halting steps. I suppose they only ever look up to check the time in the clock towers. But there must have been some time everyone walked tall. I think I know why that is. is because they all learned helplessness. Because they realized even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change. That doesn't matter. Yeah, not everyone can run like Mersault. Learning to maintain stable breathing for them is not easy. That's not what I'm talking about. Maybe she saw someone suspicious. Approached them for a stop and search and got ambushed. We should ask her when she recovers. But we don't know when she'll recover. Catch. Are you sure you captured him alive? Doesn't he look a bit different from the mysterious person that got away? He's clearly wearing something different. Besides, he's one of the Yuri Diver members we already ran into. Clothes that are just husks that can be cast off at any moment. He started running as soon as our eyes met. Rise and shine. How am I the suspicious one? Anyone would run if someone like you starts sprinting at them with a big sword in your hands. Ha! I've seen many, many ways to crush the truth out of you. First, no dismembering. This is Eurodive turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down there. I prepared a secret weapon just for you in case. What was that? One of the 5 greatest inventions. The portable adjustment frequency periodical lighting apparatus attachment sound wave generator. This will call every single Eurodive member in its range to this exact location. See? You see the problem prevalent among inventors? They never know when to stop when it comes to naming their inventions. They'll pay dearly for smacking the back of my noggin. What will the first personality we rep as?
짜잔,
Oh,
대열
下个礼拜我们可以啊。
시기들은
我们
윤희랑
加了一
정도로
天。
잘 갈렸는지 다시 확인하고 복장은 구김 없는지 체크하고
我很
이제
喜欢玩啊。
대청소를 시작해볼까?
那个礼拜三可不可以？
직접 알게 함이라.
The idea that Dante is drawing his time from some other unknown source low-key freaks me out. What would be the consequence of that? I don't... What if it's like...
무지하니까
I know his fan has the clock, but it doesn't seem like his ability is time-related.
아이, 저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈
직접
대가리부터
알게
뭉개.
함이라.
I mean, like, I get it, it has the clock,
찾아듣지 않나.
but it's like a revival ability. Does it reverse what happened, or does it, like, just piece them back together?
깨달았나?
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 제대로 두드려 패. 마침표를.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 떼주셨습니다. 참고로 기계는
직접
무대발린 말
알게
따위
함이라.
쉽게 하지
지금이다.
않아요.
해골바가 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다. 해파.
你喜欢看这个人吧？我们下一次可以。
해파. 겉에. 내 놈들. 닥쳐라. 해파. 누굴 팰지 내가 정한다.
I'm having chicken nuggies.
사실 이런 보호구실은
알게
제가
합니다.
아니라 세피라들의 역할이긴 하죠. 관리자님도 알다시피 저는 언제나 수십 명의 몫을 해내고 있으니까요.
마침표를.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다.
찾아잡지 않나.
참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
대가리 딱 떼고.
I mean, like, do you remember, what was the other one? H-Corps? Tearful thing? I mean, like, that's kind of crazy, right?
뭐가 치워라.
좋아, 알맞게 먼지 덩어리를 털어내면
맞는 거야.
그러니까 밤을 내볼 차례겠지?
직접 알게 합니다. 무지하니까 맞는 거야.
그 삶에
마침표를.
부족해 찾아잡지 않나.
그래.
겉에
결국
직접
마지막까지 서
알게
있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까.
내가 알아서 처리한다.
잘 들어.
내 죄는
이런 건
내가
몽둥이가
알아서
약이지.
유지하니까
이렇게.
알아서 처리한다. 맞는 거야.
Oh, we got him.
착각하지 마라. 해, 파, 거.
I like how they just.
어머, 부탁드려요.
I like how it was like a ton of story and then just packed all the fighting at once. It's only elementary because I'm an ace detective. Nordia explained triumphantly as she flickered her hair back, and I sensed a small hint of uncertainty in her voice. Yep, we're all ace detectives. Yes, I'll admit we shouldn't have let you track us down, but you don't look too strong. It's a foolish move to fight a lion in its den. I hope you prepared yourselves. You are absolutely shameless for bringing the Cast 5 watch chain to run down a hideout like this. Why does that have anything to do with shame? I don't know anything about shame, but this place sure is run down. Right, how about this? I'll sit this one out just for the sake of fairness. It'd be like cheating if I were to take part in this fight, yeah? That is a fair proposal. Fine, I accept your offer. Do we not get a say in any of this? No.
대부분 분야에서 저는
딱
최고의
떼고.
성능을 내는 AI지만 누나는 조금 더 준비 시간이 필요합니다. 공감 능력은 잘 쓰지 않았던 기능이라 일단 먼지를 털어내야 하거든요.
Honestly, this hour might be a little bit late for some of the people who normally watch Limbus Company with me. I was thinking about doing it like after stream. Oh! What happened? Oh. I hit spacebar. I didn't know it did that.
대가리 딱 떼고.
이런 건
깨달았나?
몽둥이가 약이지. 그대로 두드려 패.
으타! 뭐가 치워라.
효율적인 대처로 개체를
내가
빼주었습니다.
알아서 처리한다.
이기는 입에 발린 약 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
직접 알게
There's so many. Filthy watch chains.
해골바가지 거미 대가리.
Ooh, that's a one shot. Here is Skullbuster's OP still.
그 삶의
맞는 거야. 깨달았나?
알맞은 먼지 덩어리를 털어냈네. 그러니까
Still two more?
짜리겠지?
Jeez.
유지하니까 맞는 거야.
Did they not die? Usually when they die, they explode. Uh-oh? What?
죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
Usually when they, like, lose, they run away like that. But when they die, they blow up.
착각하지 마라. 해, 파, 거. 고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
주인님이 도착하기 전까지 끝내보자. 벽난로에 불도 지피고 음식도 준비하고 맞이할 준비를 해야 하니까.
으타! 더 먹어 치워라.
그 삶의
좋아, 알맞게 먼지 덩어리를 털어냈네.
After we watch
그러니까
this,
는 광을
I'm gonna
내보지
cook?
않겠지?
在煮什么? What's cooking?
비틀거리고 있는 개체가 보입니다.
직접 알게
이전까지 있었던 대부분의 관리 자료는
움직임이
이
어설퍼요.
타이밍에서 결정적인 일격을 지시하곤 했죠.
Luckily, they're
Get
pretty
on.
easy to stagger.
막는 거야.
그 두드려 패.
직접 알게 한다.
우리가 우세한 상황이야.
직접 알게 합니다.
그렇다고 비스킷을 꺼내 먹으면서 싸우려는 얘기는 아니었는데. 우리가 우세한 상황이야.
타깃 포착. 한시간.
그렇다고
내가
비스킷을
알아서
꺼내 먹으면서
처리한다.
싸우려는 얘기는
There's more?
아니었는데.
납대도
Jeez. Lazy today, I made the simplest scrambled eggs with tomatoes. Ah, 진짜 진짜. I also had scrambled eggs today.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주
한치에
작살을
오네요.
내놨어.
番茄酱是. Oh, is this
깨달았나?
does he have some stupid gimmick I should be worried about?
개체에게
Oh.
일격을 가하는데 성공했습니다. 샴페인을 가져오기엔
It is
너무 이른
directed,
타이밍이긴
okay.
하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝나면
Have you no
모두의
shame?
희생의 길이가
Can't use that weapon
특별해지는
now?
것도
I see you
나쁘지
have no
않겠죠.
shame. That's so funny. She skullbusters twice?
타깃 포착. 한시간.
무지하니까
Oh, look at all those heads.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지
Oh, he's
않아요.
not dead.
직접 알게 합니다.
Let's just see if we can kill him here.
지금이다. 대골바가지 거미 대가리.
Oh yeah, he's already dead.
다음 목표로.
직접 알게 합니다.
You died to bleed. Hey Choco Cats, how's it going? Simple and convenient, but delicious. We quickly moved our conversation to the hideout. Surrender and confessed. Starting to run low on patience. Might kill you soon. Looks like Yoshi's getting tired of playing detective. We've surrendered already. Not sure you want us to confess either. What, would you like us to confess that we're the Yuri or something? We hesitated, unsure if we're really clueless or not. That's when Rodeo confidently strode forward and pointed an accusatory finger. Right, questioning time. You've always hated this nice nest state of affairs, am I right? You like inventing stuff and not registering them to the tech agency, don't you? Wait, don't just go around touching. The hedgehog toy is a time bomb disguised as a plushie. It scans the palm as soon as it enters the proximity range, and if it doesn't recognize the palm as an unauthorized individual's, it'll shoot out its spines and penetrate the intruder. You screwed the parts too tightly down here. You do well to remember that mechanical engineering isn't all about tightening the screws as hard as you can. Sometimes you need slightly loose screws for one or two things to make things fit better. And another thing, if I were you, I would have made the spine holes hexagon shaped, not circular. You could tell all that from a quick look. You are certainly no common employee. Either way, most of those are experiments, incomplete products in truth. In truth, you like making more dangerous, destructive inventions too. You really are a persistent one, aren't you? Where are you getting at? And I'm sure these violent inventions eventually led to something that can completely rip someone's time away. Wait, I'm the culprit behind the case of time killing time. It's you guys, right? It's what you do, isn't it? You see something that rubs you the wrong way, so you go ahead and smash it to bits? That's a bit of a logical leap, isn't it? Who do you think that we are? Sounds like this friend of yours in the Eurodive really messed up big time in the past, hmm? Did he do something drastically violent? No, Sonia, he always knew how to say the right things. Things to get people to agree with him, to convince them to join his cause. His words filled me with his confidence that we could really change the world. That it really wasn't effortlessly as letting candy slowly melt away in your mouth. But what could he possibly do to change the world? He doesn't even do anything. Not like these guys. I bet the T-Corp Eurodive are nothing more than knockoffs who just found themselves inspired by stories that are coming out of J-Corp. It's absolutely baffling how you failed to correctly deduce a single thing. No, we're not knockoffs. Besides, the Saint has already brought many changes to this world. Changes that you mere detectives can't even dream of. The Saint? Indeed. Saint Sonia was one of the ones that really sparked the fire of Eurodive in every nest. Well, that isn't the only reason to call him a saint, but that's besides the point. Eurodive in every nest? Sonia did that? Since you claim to be Saint Sonia's friend, allow me to say it in no uncertain terms. Eurodive has nothing to do with your case. We are supposed to take you at your word? First, we don't have this time-killing technology. We could steal time or time pieces, but it's practically impossible to kill time. Making something so absurd would surely catch the tech agency's attention. And that is trouble that I'm not willing to invite. Why, you certainly caused a ruckus here. Isn't that what the Eurodive wants? Chaos? Please, don't compare us to the likes of the Backstreet gangs. Though there are those among us who do want chaos, of course. One of our former members insisted that we must take the abundance of time in T-Corp for ourselves and have our comrades divided equally among us. But such drastic action would also hurt the have-nots, those who do not deserve such pain, so we must adhere to the Saint's teachings. To truly tear out the throats of the rich, we must wait for the right moment. So I've been wondering, are you really the Saint's friend? Of course she is. He even invited her to join his journey. Why don't we leave for now? We can always come back here once we uncover more evidence. Dante say let's leave for now. Are we not arresting them? Did one of you give me the whole lecture about how it's my job to arrest them? Wait, if you really are a friend of the Saint, then I can't let you leave without giving you some advice. As the more experienced detective, I was able to establish a few things from this conversation, so allow me to share them with you. No, only the Eurodive branch in District 20 do. Anyway, if I were you, I would start by looking at a common thread that ties all the victims together. Find out what they have in common. The T-Corp collection agency knows everything about time. Where it comes from, where it goes, but not with this case. But if they know everything about the comings and goings of time, how are you avoiding their eyes? Not all of us do. I can't tell you more. However, just know that we have an ace up our sleeves that let us continue our guerrilla activities in this nest. Anyways, does it not strike you as odd for someone with such impressive technology that can quite literally rip away time without a trace? The killer seems unusually passive. This tells us that the condition that they must first meet to use their powers. Another possibility is that they have a certain creed or belief system that they follow. But ideologically motivated culprits usually leave behind more obvious evidence that points to their beliefs. That adds up nicely. Want to join our squad? Who the hell hired this bumbling team of amateur detective wannabes? Now, would you kindly leave? Well, we know where the Eurodive are. We can always come back here if we ever need anything else. Everyone's so carefree.
의뢰비랑 보호수당에서 사용한 탄환값을 빼면 아, 오늘은 제사비로 손해를 메울 필요가 없네요.
Do you guys know how long this one goes on for? Well then. But we don't have any other leads. The one we talked to just left the hideout, so why don't we just follow him? You want to tail that you're dead? Well, it's not like arresting them pays off after all. I think it's a fair suggestion. Waste of time. We should torture them one by one until something breaks. According to page 155 of Lady Agatha's book, an ace detective must always remain vigilant and not shy away from stakeouts. You're already on page 155? Don Quixote gave us the book so that we can all become ace detectives. I've been reading it whenever I can. Eurodive's pretty time thievery won't change the world. Is that why you're letting them go? Because it doesn't matter? No, not at all. It's the opposite, in fact. I want to see things change. It's said that the Eurodive, started from a small group of nobodies, but they kept at it, slowly but surely spreading throughout the city. I hear they've been causing some real trouble in some nests, that they find it difficult to get rid of them. Do you know what people have been saying here at T-Corp? Running low on time, but burning full of frustration? They come during the Euro dive. Unlike most people, who accept injustices and move on, they don't. They refuse to turn a blind eye, confident and determined that they will one day bring real changes to the city. It's only natural that I find them extremely fascinating to witness. To what end do their disparate desires and aspirations lead? Nothing but impotent squirmings. I'm sorry, do you even give a damn about solving the case? This case has a certain destructive aesthetic. I like it. I'm following my family's elders' words, to see and experience as much of the world as I can before I return. Because their words better be followed. Sounds excruciatingly bothersome. So many things in this world presume that they deserve to call themselves family. I never heard you talk like that, Ryoshu. What will you ever accomplish with such half-heartedness? Don't worry about it. Most people live on that very half-heartedness. It's been eons since I really desired something with all my heart, you know? I'm not most people. I knew it. The culprit was you, dude. They're here. Won't give them the slip this time. Okay, let's go. Maybe you'll catch them if you learn fast to breathe like Marcel, Ryoshu. Dante, do you think it would have been very different if I followed Sonia back at the casino? Why do you ask? I mean, it's just watching Sonia's goals actually start to take shape, while I stagnated, unchanging. It's making me feel odd. The time ripper. You're late, clock. The two sinners had a head start, but it didn't take very long before we caught up and saw them quietly kneeling behind cover. What's wrong, Rhodia? Just every time I think about Sonia, I remember all the things I couldn't do, that's all. Nope, not gonna let this drag me down. I just gotta do what I can, right? Wouldn't it be so nice if the culprit showed up now so I can get my hands on him and get this over with? You certainly recover quick. Now that's a good attitude to have. Well, you know, ain't that how emotions are supposed to be? Constantly changing with time, you know? Is it now? I don't quite agree. I say that changing emotions are what drive the flow of time. That's complicated stuff. I just can't wait to hear all the praises they'll sing of me once I snag this rascal. You know, I want to be an ace detective, and you shall have your chance. A chance for you to be the center of attention, a subject of praise. That long coat, that hat. You're the Time Ripper. Correct. Ooh, his outfit looks cool. But before we get down to business, allow me to make a few corrections. 1. I'm no longer bound to an organization. In fact, I found their hypocrisy detestable. Did you know that the Eurodivi don't use their hours? They don't divvy their hours equally amongst each other? That's why I have chosen action. 2. I'm not killing time. You will not compare my crusade to something so hollow. I merely reap the dying hours to share it among those who need it most. Wait, what? In Crime and Punishment, Sonia is the redeeming force in the narrative for Rodian. For her to reject Sonia and Limbus, she's interesting paths ahead of her. Crime and Punishment? I haven't read that yet. Wait, so he reaps dying hours. You may call me the Time Saint instead. What the hell are you talking about? Sherman? All this is flying over your head, isn't it? You poor little thing, starved for even a morsel of praise. This is both a correction of your ignorance and your final warning. If you wish to capture me, no us, then you must be prepared to pay the price of time. Was that an attempt at a threat? Do you seriously think you can scare me like that? You're a big scary time ripper, but I've got y'all figured out. I know your patterns. There's something staying in your hand, isn't there? Whether it's your creed, some kind of design flaw in your tech, you can't touch my time. How do you like this Aegis detective? Half right, but you've given me 2 more corrections to make. 1, I'm not the one killing time. It's you, and everyone like you who's killing time. 2, indeed we cannot rip time away from just anyone. No, but I can take yours, because you, at this very moment, are mired in tedium. Just biding the time, aren't you? waiting for something to happen, killing time. We are merely taking back the time you would have killed anyways. Swing that axe and you might carve a small chunk of our flesh, but we will rip out a chunk of your existence. You will stir awake when the clock strikes 4. In 50 years' time, having done nothing, having lived through nothing, all in the blink of an eye, that's when it shall dawn you, that despair. It'll all come rushing in like a flood. That disparity, the unfamiliarity of all the time you killed. Every pain a reminder of every single second you've killed. Think of about how tedious it is. You look scared. We like that look in your eyes. Rodeo stood there completely frozen. No one could stop the Time Ripper as he walked away from us. Not me, not Rodeo. The culprit, where are they? I thought I could take them on, but when I came to face to face with the Ripper, they threatened her. They were going to rip away her time. And the Ripper knew. They know how I felt also. Never mind. It seemed to me that Rodeo decided not to say it out loud, but I knew the word she wanted to say was tedious. Unlike you, Ryoshi, my time is important. I'm not here to make those stupid, pointless observations about the case. I didn't volunteer out of some weird obligation either, okay? I volunteered because I genuinely wanted to solve the case. I'm not like either of you. I briefly grew concerned that Ryoshi might swing her scabbard at Rodeo, but I didn't think she was listening anyways. How banal. Instead, she stared at the clock tower in silence as her cigarette slowly burned away at her lips. I guess that's a relief. I'm just getting tired of wearing a silly smile. I feel like Rodeo plays like a little too hard. She's a little like too playful, you know? Twisted time. There's a lot of story here. Rodeo was always the one to lift the team's mood after it was down. The mooch among us has grown so incredibly awkward and cold. I was almost starting to feel chill in my fingers. I guess this is what happens when Rodeo's in a depressive mood. If we were back on the bus or if Yiseng and Gregor were here, they would at least try to do something to break the ice. But neither Ryoshi nor Honglu were the kind of people to be heavily afflicted with such a frosty mood, so we just trudged on our own investigation. Whew, looks like the culprit got him down in the middle or something. He knew the Ripper. How could you tell? By looking at his eyes, isn't it obvious? That look in his eyes. It's the kind of look that people have in their eyes when getting killed by a rat they know. He's not exactly dead, you know. This body looks kind of different from the last one we saw, though. Not a dead body either, but what is it? The scarf is torn in half. Maybe they really disagree with his fashion choice. The Eurodive must look like fools in the eyes of others, so while we may see path invisible to them. Rodeo? It's something Sonia once said. Told me that the scarf was a yoke to hide the great ambition, that those with such dreams must remain bound. But I don't see you wearing that scarf. It's just not my style. Then chopping the scarf in half would mean that the killer is a former member of Eurodive. We should go back to their hideout and ask around. Are you guys asking if anyone quit recently? Well, it's not like they formally quit or anything, but there were some who went completely off the grid. Someone who wanted to steal the surplus of time at T-Corp to share it equally amongst everyone? Yeah, I remember a lad who said something like that. When his younger brother died, he became a bit weird. Did anyone want to go along with that plan? I'm sure there are some, but we shouldn't. We're the Eurodive. We must abide by our time until the Saint gives us the word. Is that so? Where is he? No idea. Last I heard, he said something like, I'll always be watching you. Creepy, isn't it? But I suppose that means he's still hanging about somewhere within T-Corp's borders. Our boss is going to be back to normal, right? He'll always be watching, huh? Clock. Huh? I always burn a cigar after kill. But you're always smoking. Because it takes about 4 minutes for the cigar to burn all the way through. I get to watch the light of life slowly burn out of their dying eyes. It really enhances the flavor. 4 minutes. I know it takes exactly 4 minutes for the cigarette to burn away. But only 2 minutes have passed on that clock tower. That doesn't make any sense. How could no one notice that the clock tower is broken? This isn't a new development, by the way. From the moment our little game of detective started, this precise moment, the clock tower always measured only 2 minutes by the time I finished smoking. Didn't someone say that it's because people have learned to be helpless? I've been waiting for something to get finished. Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something so tedious? Me thinks it's a real bother. Standing guard here, all this stop and search, so tedious. One of the attacks will purchase the cure. I'd say it's pretty fun to read. Are there a lot of clock towers in T-Corp? A total of 12 in the entirety of T-Corp, but just one in this general area. The Time Ripper struck only near this clock tower, didn't they? Right on, detective. What if they slowed down the clock tower and made everyone in the area feel the sense of extreme tedium? Tedium. I see, so that's what it was. He can only rip time for people who are bored. The clock tower. It should give me a nice view to blow smoke at. Here's something I forgot to mention. You know that you need actual evidence to make an arrest, right, detectives? Huh? You have to catch them in the act. You can't go around arresting people just because you feel like it. What, do we have to let them attack us or something? Just so we can catch them in the act? Don't you know? He can literally rip the time out of you. One small mistake, you might wake up weeks or months or even years later. Yes, it's all very tragic, but it's all part of your responsibilities. Do you even care about catching the culprit, or is learning how he rips time all he cares about? Right on again, nice detective. I once thought there was no inventions in T-Corp that I didn't know their ins and outs about. You see, I have intricate knowledge of the mechanisms of every single machinery in existence within T-Corp. I even know how the bizarre contraption your friend back in the jail cell invented while he was there. I didn't want that invention to be beholden to the T-Corp Patents Agency. No, I wanted to watch it spread throughout the city, which is why I didn't try very hard to stop him as he escaped through the back streets. It wasn't because I was lazy, mind you. So to answer your question, no. Like in the case of the League of Nine literatures, I don't care whether we catch the culprit or not. I'm just curious about the exact mechanism behind how he rips time. It's the nature of being an inventor. Agreed. How am I supposed to even get anything done with people? Like, excuse me, Mr. Assistant? I have something I'd like to ask of you. Back when Marcel stood at the temporal scale gallows, didn't the machine beat very loudly? If you have the intricate knowledge of the mechanisms, every single machinery existence within T-Corp, then do you also know why it malfunctioned? Of course. Why wasn't the gallows able to take 10 billion ons worth of time from Marcel? Was it really because it was broken? What are you talking about? It is statistically impossible for machines of my design to have any faults usually. Then the source of that error must be Marcel, or all of us, right? Not the machine. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're not only looking the part, but also acting the part of Ace Detective. Could have fooled me. All credit goes to Lady Agatha. She did that. One of the qualities of an Ace Detective is the mind of a bottomless inquisitiveness, after all. I thought the condition of getting exempt from our time tax was that we had to catch the culprit. That's what I was thinking when the Class 5 auditors began speaking again, as if to address my concerns. I'm not saying that I won't cooperate, of course. I may have even devised a plan for you, though it might be somewhat simple. Now listen close. What is the fight here? I'm out of Enkephalon. Oh, but I'm almost done. Oh, we're taking more people with us. I suppose I'll take Honglu then.
준비.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주죠.
Maybe I'll take T-Corp
시간
instead.
체납자인가? 시계 챙기고 징수하겠네.
So, will this really work? I guess it's barely a plan. It's more or less something we come up with in 10 minutes. Let's hide. Hiya, I've been waiting for you. Did you just say hi to the Ripper? How interesting. Not only did you know that I'd be coming here, but you also had the manners to extend your greetings. I see, you've been telling us the whole time. Of course, you were under our noses all this time, weren't you? You're one of those fools playing pretend, aren't you? Killing time? You're right. Say, can you teach me how to make the most of my time? Give us your time and we might tell you. Wait, 30 hours? What is this, a bloody joke? That ain't enough. Just think about all those hours we lost fleeing from those sods. We could have spent that time ripping more hours from others. I say it's only fair that we rip 300 hours from them. Agreed. He's one of the Nest lackeys. Working with those filthy watch chains of T-Corp. He deserves it. If we let him go, he'll only bring further trouble. Let's show them what happens to those that oppose us. Seconded, let's try to extract the amount of hours that evenly splits into 12 pieces. Sod it. Let's stab as deep as we can go. We don't want to repeat at that fat cat at the factory, do we? We're aiming straight for the center. We're not letting this bastard slip away with just a gash of 100 hours. Silence. I will decide the time. We will stab as deep as we can and rip 1,000 hours from him. That should be more than enough time for us to happily share. Well, I suppose we'll be losing our sense of taste for the next 1,000 hours. If we divide the burden of 1,000 hours equally amongst one another, yeah, I can roll that. It almost seems like there's multiple personalities out there, all taking turns to speak. The culprit was exactly one who was beginning to behave strangely. Honglu did too. His face relaxed into a tranquil look as though he was ready to let something go. Or perhaps that was an expression of liberation. 1,000 hours. Will 1,000 hours have passed in the blink of an eye? Yes, and there will be no pain, only the despair that awaits you upon your awakening. Then I like that. Rip my time away. He didn't mean that, did he? So that is the core of the power that extracts time. There was no invention at all, but a distortion. My, this is highly fascinating. So this is the kind of power distortions can grant. Powers that one can only have dreamt of. After a lengthy silence, as though the world itself had come to a grinding halt. Why can't we rip away your time? I see. Everything went according to plan. It's all so same. I blink, but the world is just as familiar and changeless as ever. We walked right into a trap, you daft idiots. Don't you understand? About 30 minutes ago. The temporal scale gallus isn't broken. The error was caused by you. Your time, and things that applies to all 12 of you, was already bound to someone else's time. Things caused a multi-reference error at the temporal scale gallus, which was supposed to be hang your time. So what you're saying is because we were living within Dante's time, the gallows couldn't hang our time. I had no idea. Well, if that's all the news to us, then there's really no way for the Time Ripper to know that either. So once the Time Ripper arrives and tries to rip my time away from me, that when Rhodia and Ryoshu can swoop like awesome people, you can arrest the culprit. And that's how this trap came to be. What if the time manager manages to rip Hongu's time away? Don't worry, Dante. It's all going to be okay. I wonder how long the racket will last once the news of malfunctioning clock tower breaks. Wouldn't it be so entertaining to watch as people's trust in the institution of the supposedly unerring clock tower crumble? It's going to be a fun show. I'll try my best not to malfunction. Hey, participation trophy. I used to really hate the sound of clocks. I don't know when it started, but I started associating its noise with perpetual cycles of pain. Like it's some premonition that a clock hand-shaped blade will one day cleave clean through me. A blade of time, if you will. But your noise, it's a bit different. It's the noise that makes me dream up something new. Something different. And it's not pain. Well, that's why I wanted to extend my gratitude. Not sure what to extend his gratitude for, but can someone ask him to do something for me? Dante, I have a request. I think I've had enough experience to intuit what a big fight's about to break out. I'm getting the exact feeling when something's about to happen. So it's time for you to return to the other sinners. So this is how it was, manager. Adventuring with just 3 sinners. Was it nice? I trust you have learned your lesson. And then my absence was deeply felt. I'm aching all over. Just from sitting in that jail cell. I don't ever want to go to a place like that. Right. So is that Sod the Time Ripper or something? A distortion we must defeat. Woo! Finally, the distortion fight. This was to be the last one. Oh. Oh, I didn't take Heathcliff. What the heck?
대가리 딱 떼도록.
Why didn't I take Heathcliff? Will Shalom be tired after reading such long passages? Yo. How did the little wolf go on the prison bus? 我很喜欢玩这个的。那个故事很好读。我读的太多了，所以我有一点累。这个是最后一个在6.5。
사실 이런 보모구실은 제가 아니라 세피라들의 역할이긴 하죠. 관리자님도 알다시피 저는 언제나
This doesn't seem very
해내고
tough.
있으니까요.
Hey, Sacrilegious! Also Pepperhill, hi! Oh no. Uh-oh.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
Base power +1 for every... What?! Uh-oh.
불길 속으로.
I guess I have to try to stagger him as soon as I can. He's gonna get like a million power.
옛날에 조직에서 싸울 때도 두뇌 파로 적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
방금 공격은 별로 효과적이지 못했던 것 같아. 버틀러들은 언제나 상대를 주의 깊게 관찰해야 한다고 내가 누누이 말했잖아.
Gain 5 speed? Oh my god. No, I need a clash. This clashing was already in.
직접 알게 한다.
Oh no. How is he winning?
뭐야 파이팅이다.
Okay. Can she do serious? No, she can't yet. Okay, it's not so bad yet. It's just a bleed.
타겟 포착.
Okay.
1시 반.
中午好. Hello, hello. The little voice is soft. I like it. Ah, 谢谢. I think I should be able to stagger it here.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요. 우리가 우세한 상황이야.
Nice.
그렇다고 비스킷을 꺼내 먹으면서 싸우라는 얘기는 아니었는데. 정화.
Do I have serious Skullbuster or is this just regular Skullbuster? Nice, it's serious Skullbuster.
해골바가 내 죄는
개체를
내가
구성하고
알아서
있는
Nice.
부위 중 하나가
Okay.
파괴되었습니다.
Yeah, that guy was not that
좋을
tough.
것 같군요.
I thought it was gonna give him like 750 power up. Have you ever wept in such deep longing for the extra minute, the extra seconds you let slip through your fingers, where you wish that your heart would forever sleep for its beat was but a painful reminder of immersing so much time? I don't suppose you have, because you all have plenty of time to spare. A mirror dungeon of the Fathoms. It appears to be the same kind as what we've seen before. Hey Dante, I've got a question. It just occurred to me for the first time. Where do all the time we use that you use? Where do they come from? WC. Who cares? I guess I could answer her, but it's not like I know how any of this works. Ryoshi quickly shut us down for a brief summary of our circumstances. We did not question it further. A mirror dungeon of the Fathoms. Let's go. Alright, so this next part is a mirror dungeon.
웨이랩이랑 보호수당에서 사용한 탄환.
But I think we don't have time for the full mirror dungeon today.
하루가 저물어가는 동안
I'm kind of interested to start
나는
it.
그저
But there is one more thing that we haven't finished. This is section... This railway. Did I do this yet? Interlude. Did I borrow someone? This looks right. Two. Oh wait, no.
징수하겠네.
Okay. I think that's right. So there's two battles here. It's Catch-All Kathy! The Wuthering Heights fight. What face shall be worn with the audience with the king? Clash power and SP heal. Deal more damage than SP heal. Mask of Sorrow. Grand Welcome. Minus coins, identities lose 20 SP instead. All allies gain 1 flash power for this encounter. Okay, interesting.
파이팅이다.
What the heck is this? Heathcliff. Oh no, what the heck? This one's going to Rodian. Neutral. This is Ryoshu's. Oh no, dude. What is this? This one's going here. Favored. This one's going Ryoshu as well. Do I have a speed that's pretty high? Oh man, what is this? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done the... can I even use that? Would that be useful here? Any passives? How many do I have? Who's she clashing with? Her speed's 6. Wait, hold on. Someone's speed of 4 is attacking Honglu. This should clash here. I know. Favored. This one's attacking Heathcliff. This one's attacking Ryoshu. But she can stop that here. This one's attacking Rodian. This one's attacking... No, this one's attacking Ryoshu. So I should just cross with her. And then this one's just gonna hit. It's just gonna give her some
직접
sinking.
알게 함이라.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Nice, the clash power.
닥쳐라.
Wait, how much did that do?
꽤 오버래.
그 삶에
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
유라니야.
두드려 패.
도록 달릴 시간이다.
Okay. Fluid sack is so cheap I can just keep spamming it. This one's attacking Ryoshu. Seven. So we can cleanse them. This is Can this beat that? Oh yeah, I can. This is Rhodians. This one's also Rhodians. Is anyone attacking? No, nobody is. This is 8 attacking 9. This one's attacking Rodian. Shoot. I can clash here, and clash here. Just kill them.
정화.
너를 잊어도 반드시 되찾을 거다.
I'm back. Welcome back. 你煮的蛋呢？啊，加一点盐，很好吃。
유지하니까 이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다.
Okay, they started substituting
기계는
in.
입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
Okay. This looks scary. It's 3. Do I have something that takes blue purple? This could probably take this. She's gonna lose here. What's the clash power here? 39? What does she have? No, everyone loses to her. Oh, it attacks indiscriminately though. This one is 42. This one we're probably just gonna let go off. This one... What is this? No, I need those. I can't really use the thing. Heal the ally with the lowest. So that doesn't really do anything. Is anything clashing with this? Fluid sack. Inflict tremor. I don't think she should just do that then. I think she should just heal.
불길 속으로
It sounded so magnetic. Hey, Luyi!
와 함께 사라져라.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 좋아, 알맞게 먼지 덩어리를 털어냈네. 그러니까 이젠 광을 내볼 차례겠지.
Oh, that was kind of big damage. Oh. Oh no, that was such big damage.
직원의 상태가 나빠 보이는군요.
That was a
흔히
big
이걸
stagger.
나사 빠진 상태라고 표현하던가요?
Oh no.
방금 건 실없는 농담이 아닌 긴장 완화를 위한 조력이었습니다.
I don't have Faust.
대가리 딱 떼도
I'm just gonna have to live through this one if I can. They all have so much egos. What the heck?
계속해봐라. 이 폭풍이 잦아들 때까지. 너희에게 안식은
적들이
없다.
조금 기세등등해진 것 같은데
Oh wow,
이럴
punt.
때는
Okay.
기죽지 말고 같이 노려봐야 해. 위험 있고 당당하게.
Who's attacking her? Him. Okay, nice. She wins that clash. She's attacking Ryoshu. No, she's attacking Rodian. This is attacking him. Okay, he might just be dead. 20 to 92? Oh wait, this can stop it. Okay. This is going after Ryoshu. Okay.
대가리 딱 떼도
Oh, he wall hunts too. Nice. Salvageable.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
너희에게 안식은 없다.
적들이 조금 기세등등해진 것 같은데 이럴 때는 기죽지 말고 같이 노려봐야 해.
Okay,
위험
so
있고 당당하게.
we'll defend here to trigger the borrow time. This will stop him. This is going for Heathcliff. And this is going for this is going for her, but that's no big deal. What is Ryoshu's? Oh, she can serious skull buster someone. Oh, her speed's not fast enough.
대가리
Let's do
딱
this.
떼도
Welcome back, Yokana. We're just finishing up.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 개체의 유효한 속성을
Okay,
정확하게
please win your
간파했습니다.
rolls.
제 예상만큼 관리자님의 능력이 우수하다는 것이 증명되는
다시
것
되찾을
같아
거다.
다행이군요.
Okay.
무지하니까
Nice, it was already staggered.
지금이다. 해골바가지 거미 대가리.
Nice, okay.
그런데 아주 작살을
Another
내놨어.
substitute. Oh my god, how many are there? This one doesn't need to go here. Big deal up again. This one's clashing there, so we'll just clash again at the same spot.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
We got borrowed time today, so we're good. Song of Peach Blossoms, thank you for the gift, the popularity tickets. Use one, McFlurry. Wait, how are they wild hunting? And how did he lose?
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
Okay, I should be able to win this one. How much charge does she need? 10? Wait, no.
제정신이랍니다. 제정신이랍니다.
No, she only has 5.
아직은
What's her speed? Mercel. Mercel's just gonna get wrecked. 23. Her speed is 9 to 12? Oh, it's 5. No, wait. Yeah, let's do that.
전투에 임하겠습니다. 맞는 거야. 하! 으타! 더 먹어. 내 죄는 내가
Okay.
알아서 처리한다.
We got it. Oh, is there another phase? The King of Imbines motions make the bow pause. What face? Mask of Wrath. Can the sorrow be resisted? Mind Whip? Yes.
완수했어요.
하나 눕혔네.
Okay.
이렇게 보면 어느새 끝난 게
Mersault's not gonna be
싸움인
any
거지.
help here. Looks like I don't have to do too much about this. Count 10.
직접 알게 하라.
Okay. These nails not gonna do anything for me. I lost all my things. I'm a foreigner wolf. Hi, going cold. Ah, what's his name? Okay. He's a bleed ID.
대부분 분야에서 저는 최고의 성능을 내는 AI지만 응원은 조금 더 준비
Okay,
시간이
this is
필요합니다.
neutral here.
공감의 영역은 잘 쓰지 않았던
Means
기능이라
she should take
일단
this.
먼지를 털어내야 하거든요.
Uh-oh. The attack is fixed. Shoot. But this is the most important one. But she'll be fine. Okay. Okay.
해보겠네.
Honestly, it's fine. Marisol doesn't do anything here, and I don't need him to.
좋아. 적들이 싫어하는 음식이 뭐였는지 정확히 간파했네.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
This one unclashable. Gain 5 binds, 1 moment of audience, and 2 attack power up. What the heck is moment of audience? Gain attack weight equal to the value of all this unit's attack skills. It's unclashable. Bullet sack. I was hoping to.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
방금 좀 똑똑했다. 옛날에 조직에서 싸울 때도 눈에 파로 척을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
Present thyself. Okay. Ah, no. Okay, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It just inflicted a bunch of binding. But I don't think that's the worst.
저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
When defeated, inflict 2 single wounds against all enemies. Apply bandage. The king binds against the targets defeat this units. I need 2 orange. Can I... Red, blue. Okay, this will work. And then Ryoshu can just do Ryoshu things.
직접 알게 함이라.
Good morning!
보이는 이
Lin
전기 불꽃은 무슨 색을 띠고 있는가?
That doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay, we fluid sack.
승리할 거예요.
내가 찾은 나만의 항해
I just need to make sure I don't get, like, destroyed again.
업.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고.
Okay.
저거 다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는
Dominating charge count
놈들이니까.
11. Perfect. Favored. I don't think I need a fluid sack again just yet. Oh no! Okay, Mind Whip. It's so low.
개체를 구성하고 있는 부위 중 하나가 파괴되었습니다. 이 틈을 파고들어도 좋을 것
It's not
같군요.
It's staggered, okay.
지금이다.
That should just kill it.
개골바가지 거미 대가리.
Nice! Okay, got it. Nice! We got the King of Vines. 我都快... I'm almost frozen to a popsicle.
가자.
There's a heater.
순수한 세상으로.
Okay, well I cleared it. That's pretty cool. That one was kind of rough. I guess I didn't even need that. 100 turns before clear move color campaigns. So we're done with that. Mirror of Dreaming. I haven't done these. What is this? Oh, I have to clear the story to unlock these? I guess I have to continue on with the story then.
하루가 저물어가는 동안
Well, let me convert the rest of the CN Kefallen boxes. But yeah, that's it for me for tonight. We'll start the dungeon sometime soon. I really want to get back into Limbus Company. Now that I'm in the swing of things, I think I'll be playing it a lot more often. Spring, where are you? 快来了. 已经2月了. It's already February. But thank you guys so much for sticking around with me today. I really appreciate having you guys around, especially helping me out with the fights and stuff. I'll be playing more of this later on, for sure. I love Limbus Company. I'm Billy and on my other channels as well. Thank you guys again so much for coming. I'll see you guys all next time. I don't exactly know when my next stream is going to be. I'm going to finish up making my schedule, and then I will post it for you guys this upcoming week. Alright, love you all. Mwah! Have a great rest of your have a great rest of your day. Night, Lonnie. Night, Dongrong. It's great to see you back. Yes, I missed this game so much. Good night.
그대